When your cat follows only you from room to room, do you actually know what that means? Yes, it looks sweet. Maybe you even joke that you're her favorite human. But behind that closeness, there is something deeper that most people miss. It's one of the most emotionally vulnerable things your cat can do. And if you misunderstand it, which most owners do, you might accidentally push her away or miss the quiet bond she's been building with you the entire time. Because female cats don't bond with everyone equally. In fact, many of them choose just one person in the entire household. Let us start with what that behavior really means. It's not favoritism. It's a survival decision. Have you ever noticed this? A female cat lives with several people in the house. Everyone feeds her, pets her, talks to her. But when it's time to rest, or when she is nervous, she goes to one specific person. Most people think it simple favoritism. She just likes me more. But here is what is actually happening. Female cats evolved as solitary hunters. Unlike dogs, their ancestors did live in cooperative packs. They survived alone, relying on their own judgment to decide who or what was safe. So when a female cat bonds deeply with someone, she isn't casually picking a favorite. She's making a security decision. In her mind, one person becomes the center of safety, the human whose voice she trusts, the presence that lowers her guard, the person whose movements feel predictable and calm. Think about that for a second. For an animal wired to stay alert and cautious, choosing one individual to fully relax around is a huge shift in instinct. And by the way, if your cat ever waits by the door only for you, even when other people are home, don't brush it off. We'll get to what that really means later, and it's something most owners wish they understood sooner. Because this bond runs deeper than preference. Your cat's brain is literally wired to attach to one person. Here is where the science comes in. A 2018 study from Oregon State University examined attachment behavior in domestic cats. Researchers discovered that many cats show patterns of secure attachment to a specific human very similar to how infants bond with caregivers. But what makes this especially interesting is what happens with female cats. Behavioral scientists who study feline social structures have observed that female cats tend to form stronger, more selective bonds than males. Here is what is actually happening. Your cat's brain releases calming hormones when she interacts with the person she trusts most. Her body literally shifts into a lower stress state. Your presence regulates her nervous system. That means when she chooses you, you are not just someone she likes. You become her emotional anchor. Think about that for a second. An animal whose instincts are built around independence chooses one human to lower their defenses around. And here is where it gets even more powerful, because the way she marks that bond is random. It's chemical. When she rubs against you, she is literally claiming you. Have you ever wondered why your female cat rubs her face against you? Maybe against your hand, your legs, sometimes even your face. Most people assume she's just being affectionate, but here is what is actually happening. Cats have scent glands along their cheeks, forehead, and chin. When your cat rubs against you, she's releasing pheromones, invisible chemical signals that mark you as part of her safe territory. Researchers who study feline communication call this adder rubbing, a bonding behavior used between cats that trust each other deeply. But here's the part most people miss. When your cat marks you with her scent, she's not just showing affection. She's integrating you into her social world. You become part of her inner circle. Think about that for a second. In the wild, female cats only share scent and space with individuals they trust enough to lower their guard around. So when your cat presses her forehead into your hand or bumps her head against you, she is saying something very specific in cat language. You belong with me? And here is where it gets even more meaningful. Because scent marking is only one layer of this bond. The next one goes back thousands of years. And hey, if this makes sense to you, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat lovers who actually want to understand what their cat is really saying. This bond comes from an ancient maternal instinct. Here's what most people don't realize. Female cats carry a powerful instinct that comes from motherhood. In the wild, mother cats are responsible for raising and protecting kittens alone. They must choose safe locations, safe territories, and safe individuals with extreme care. Animal behavior researchers have observed that this maternal instinct does disappear when a female cat lives with humans. It adapts. Here is what is actually happening. When a female cat forms a strong bond with a human, she often transfers part of that ancient instinct onto them. You become something more than just a companion. In her mind, you become part of her trusted family structure. Think about that for a second. The same instincts that help a mother cat protect her kittens are now guiding how she evaluates the humans around her. And that's why she does distribute this bond equally. Because from an evolutionary perspective, spreading trust too widely would be dangerous. Instead, she focuses her emotional energy on the individual who feels safest. And that's where the next point becomes incredibly revealing. She doesn't do this with everyone. Have you ever noticed something subtle? Your cat might tolerate other people in the house. She may accept food from them. Maybe even allow brief pets, but certain behaviors, she reserves them only for you. Sleeping beside you, following you into quiet rooms, resting with her back turned toward you. Most people assume cats behave the same with everyone they know. But here's what is actually happening. Cats are extremely selective social animals. Behavioral studies on domestic cats reveal that many cats divide humans into different social categories: acquaintances, neutral presences, trusted individuals, and then there is one final category: primary attachment. This is the person your cat seeks when she wants safety, the person she relaxes around without watching every movement, the one she chooses during quiet moments. Think about that for a second. Your cat is just living with you. She is choosing you. And that brings us to the part most owners never realize. When she chooses you, she is ignoring her own survival instinct. Remember earlier, when I mentioned your cat waiting by the door only for you? This is what I was talking about. Here, what most people don't realize. When your cat chooses one person, she's doing something that goes against a core feline survival instinct. Cats survive by being cautious, by staying alert, by avoiding dependence. But when a female cat bonds with someone deeply, something extraordinary happens. She allows herself to become emotionally dependent on that person's presence. She sleeps more deeply when you are nearby. She approaches you when she is stressed. She may even vocalize or search the house when you are gone. Think about that for a second. A creature designed by evolution to survive alone chooses one human as the center of safety. That is not casual affection. That is trust on a biological level. And it's why the next point matters more than most owners realize. When that bond changes, it means something is wrong. Here is the warning many cat owners miss. If a female cat suddenly stops seeking her chosen person, it usually isn't random. Cats rarely abandon attachment patterns without reason. Sometimes it means stress, a change in routine, a new environment that makes her uncertain. But sometimes it can also signal something: physical pain, illness, or discomfort. Behavioral scientists often point out that changes in social behavior are one of the earliest signs that something is wrong with a cat. So if the cat who always sleeps beside you suddenly withdraws, don't ignore it. Pay attention, because the bond she formed with you was casual, and changes in that bond are her way of communicating something important. So when your female cat chooses only one person in the house, do you actually know what that means? It's not favoritism, it's not coincidence, and it's definitely not random. It's the result of instincts shaped by thousands of years of solitary survival, carefully selecting one presence that feels safe enough to trust completely. That quiet following from room to room, that head bump, that decision to sleep beside you and nowhere else. That is not simple affection. That is your cat choosing you as her anchor in the world. And that small behavior, the one most people laugh off as a cat having a favorite human, it was never small to her. And it shouldn't be small to you either.